Welcome to Study Loop.
Naive B or T cells and what they are and how they function in cell-mediated and humoral immune response. So here I have a naive B cell. So a naive B cell is a B cell that has not been exposed yet to a foreign antigen and therefore hasn't become activated. But once they do become activated, they produce antibodies against this. They, which are so these naive B cells proliferate into plasma cells, which produce the antibodies, and they also produce memory B cells for a secondary, a memory. They serve as immunological memory essentially for the second time this virus attacks. But the important part is that the naive B cell has not been exposed to a pathogenic antigen. And the same goes for a T cell, except the T cell is involved in cell-mediated immunity while the B cell is involved in humoral immunity. So let's just go down the list and see which statement is true. A states that naive B and T cells are lymphocytes of the B and T types that have come into contact with pathogenic antigens. So we could eliminate A already. That is incorrect. They have not come into contact. B states that they normally circulate in the blood at all times and have not come into contact with any pathogenic antigens. True, but activated T cells produce antibodies in the humoral immune response. So here we see that B cells produce the antibodies, not the T cells. So therefore, we can eliminate B. C states that they normally circulate in the blood, circulate in the body at all times and have not come into contact with pathogenic antigens. True. Activated B cells produce antibodies in the humoral immune response. True. While activated T cells simulate cell-mediated immune response. All true. C sounds like the correct answer. But let's eliminate D. Naive B and T cells are lymphocytes of the B and T types that have come into contact with pathogenic antigens. So therefore, here we see it's not true. Naive B and T cells have not come into contact and typically reside in areas like the lymph nodes, but are dormant until they are activated in the human body. So therefore, we can say that the